how do you incorporate real-time analytics or insights back into your data platform?
So commonly with that, if you're taking data away from a data platform, for instance, to do analytics on, you're going to be processing. Maybe doing machine learning, you may be doing some forecasting, or you may be bringing it into some other kind of AI platform out there via a variety of different ways. Now you've got that. You do your analytics, fantastic. You then make a decision on that. So it could be marked down in retail, for instance. You make a decision to reduce the price of some products, and that operational action is then done. In reality, though, you do want that information to flow back into your data platform because that will add insight to other parts of the business. So realistically or commonly, you would normally do that by bringing that data back in, either by landing it back into the data lake, a low level for analytics to happen on that as and when the users want to. And or you may choose to bring that into some kind of transformation layer and ingest it back into something like a data warehouse or a data lakehouse when you've made a conscious technology process to bring the data flow back in and then back into the wider data platform.
Yeah, no, I think that conscious data process is really important because, again, going back to this idea of cost and efficiency, you might be bringing far more data than you need for the technology to actually process the data in the best way possible. So if you think that process through carefully, you can actually, especially with things like IoT, predictive maintenance, these kinds of things, if you can do things locally before you bring it into the cloud and filter out some of the noise, you can significantly reduce your costs and have much more efficient systems. So I mean, the ideal scenario is that instead of you building and processing those models always in the cloud, you might build the model in the cloud and then deploy it on the edge, which means you're building the model in your data platform, but you're not necessarily processing everything there all the time, because otherwise that's a recipe for a very expensive solution.
Yeah, definitely. And I think just touching on that a bit more, the cost and expense of it, you can build that into what you're trying to achieve. So it's not just a one-off analytics solution. You're building that data back into the flow so it can be used by other departments for other business reasons as well going forward. So you're reusing that data, if you like. The value you've just added by doing some analytics on machine learning, you're adding that back into the flow so other teams can use it as well.
Yeah. Another interesting concept that follows on from that is the reverse ETL, or the reverse extract transformation and load, where you might be taking operational data from an application database, processing it in real time, doing some modeling, some predictions, some categorization, whatever it is, and then feeding that back into the application. So you end up with a complete cycle of data.